practice with the bang bang or pat pat right hand rule. I prefer the pat pat right hand rule. The two are equivalent, but I'm always going to refer to the pat pat right hand rule and, of course, the left hand rule. For each case, which has either a positive moving charge or a negative moving charge, decide in which direction the magnetic force points. If you want to stop the video and try this on your own before I go into it, go right ahead. With number 1 here, we're going to use our right hand because we have a positive charge. The thumb of the right hand needs to point in the direction of the velocity. So that's towards the top of the page, and the fingers point in the direction of the magnetic field, and then we pat, 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 like if you were patting somebody on the back. Pat into the page. This magnetic force on there would act into the page. There's FB. Number 2, we need to use our left hand because we have a negative charge, and there it is. There's my left hand, and the V is directed towards us, towards the camera, so that's which way your thumb has to point, and then your fingers point in the direction of the magnetic field, which is to the left. So which way do you pat? Boop, towards the top of the page. The force on that negative charge will be towards the top of the page. For number 3, we also need to use our left hand, and this one's a little tricky for me. We need to have our left thumb pointing towards the left, and then our fingers point towards the bottom of the page, into the page. That's which way this magnetic force is going to act. FB is into the page, which is the symbol with the X. For number 4, we're using our right hand. Here's my right hand. We see that the velocity is directed into the page, so that's which way your thumb points, and the B field is pointing to the top of the page, and so we're going to pat to the right. FB is directed that way. For number 5, we need our left hand. Again, stop the video and do these on your own if you want to do them without me jabbering. We need our left hand because we have a negative charge. The velocity is directed towards the top of the page. The field lines are directed to the left, so we're going to pat into the page. For number 6, we need our right hand. The velocity is directed towards the camera. Magnetic field lines towards the top of the page. Pat to the left. Number 7, we need our left hand. The velocity is to the left, so that's which way your thumb goes, and then your fingers point in the direction of the B field, which you can see from the picture is directed into the page. So that means we need something like this. Left hand, boop, top of the page. This is how this works. Number 8 is positive charge. We need our right hand, and the thumb goes in the direction of V. The fingers point in the direction of B. Pat into the page. 4 more, and then we'll stop. Number 9, we need our right hand. The thumb comes out of the page. B points to the right. The force will act towards the top of the page. Number 10 is also a positive charge, so we use our right hand. The thumb points in the direction of V. The fingers point in the direction of B, which you can see is into the page by that symbol with the X. Pat to the right. We'll use our left hand for, looks like both of the last 2. Number 11, the velocity is down towards the bottom of the page, and the magnetic field is pointing to the right, so we're going to pat into the page. And lastly, here the velocity is to the right, and the magnetic field points towards us. So let's get your left hand out. The velocity points to the right, and the magnetic field lines point towards us like this. Pat down towards the bottom of the screen.